Global trade doesn't start at the port, it starts in the shipyard. Behind every container, tanker, or bulk carrier moving across the oceans is a shipbuilding industry shaping how global logistics really works. In this video, we explore how shipbuilding power, who builds ships, what types, and how fast defines trade routes, freight capacity, and even geopolitical influence. 90% of everything we buy travels by sea, and the power to build the ships that carry it all. That's one of the most underrated forces shaping our modern world. It's not just about manufacturing. It's about controlling the arteries of global trade. Let's start with a basic economic principle: supply and demand. In global logistics, the supply is the available space on ships. Who controls that supply? The nations that can build the most ships, the fastest. For decades, the title of the world's top shipbuilder has been a fierce competition, primarily between South Korea, China, and Japan. Each has its own strategic advantage. South Korea has long been the king of high-value, complex vessels like massive container ships and sophisticated LNG carriers. China, with its immense industrial scale, has become a powerhouse in building bulk carriers and is rapidly catching up in more complex ship types. Japan is known for its high quality, efficient designs and technological precision. This dominance isn't just a matter of national pride. It directly translates to influence over the global freight market. When a country can pump out new vessels, it can increase the global shipping capacity, which can drive down freight rates for everyone. Conversely, a slowdown in shipbuilding can create a shortage of ships, causing shipping costs to skyrocket. We saw this play out dramatically in recent years. A surge in demand for goods combined with limited new ship deliveries led to record high container shipping prices, affecting the cost of almost everything you buy. Now, not all ships are created equal. The type of vessel being built is crucial. We have massive container ships, the workhorses of consumer goods, carrying everything from electronics to clothing. Then there are tankers, which transport the world's oil and chemicals, and bulk carriers, which move raw materials like iron ore, coal, and grain. A nation that specializes in building one type of vessel gains a strategic edge in that specific supply chain. For example, by mastering the construction of giant container ships, a country can cater to the needs of major shipping lines like Maersk or MSC, effectively shaping the infrastructure of global merchandise trade. This brings us to a critical piece of the puzzle: energy logistics. Our world runs on energy, and a huge portion of it is transported by sea. Oil tankers are the most obvious example, but as we transition towards cleaner energy sources, another type of ship has become incredibly important: the LNG carrier. These are some of the most technologically advanced and expensive ships in the world, designed to carry liquefied natural gas at incredibly low temperatures. Nations that can build these complex vessels, like South Korea, hold a key to the future of global energy security. They are enabling countries across the globe to access cleaner burning natural gas, which can have massive geopolitical implications, especially as Europe seeks to diversify its energy supply away from pipelines. The ripple effects of shipbuilding power extend far beyond the shipyards. They influence port infrastructure and even the trade routes themselves. Think about it: the trend towards building ever larger container ships, so-called megaships, forced ports worldwide to adapt. They had to dredge deeper channels, install larger cranes, and expand their container yards just to accommodate these giants. Ports that couldn't keep up risked being bypassed, relegated to second-tier status. This dynamic creates a feedback loop. Shipbuilding nations and major shipping lines can influence which ports become major global hubs, redrawing the map of international trade. Ultimately, this all ties into geopolitical influence and maritime dominance. In times of peace, controlling shipbuilding means influencing trade flows and economic partnerships. In times of conflict, it's about naval power and logistical support. A robust commercial shipbuilding industry often shares technology, skilled labor, and supply chains with its military counterpart. A nation that can build advanced commercial ships can also build advanced naval vessels, from aircraft carriers to submarines. This dual-use capability is a cornerstone of maritime power, giving a country the ability to protect its trade routes, project power overseas, and secure its national interests. It's a classic example of what's known as sea power. So what does the future hold for shipbuilding? The industry is on the cusp of a massive transformation, driven by two key forces: environmental regulation and technology. The International Maritime Organization is pushing for drastic cuts in carbon emissions from shipping. This is forcing the industry to innovate like never before. We're talking about a new generation of green ships. These vessels might run on alternative fuels like ammonia, methanol, or hydrogen. They'll feature advanced hull designs to reduce drag, wind-assisted propulsion systems like giant sails, and sophisticated software to optimize every single voyage for fuel efficiency. The race to build these green ships is the new frontier of competition. The first country to master the technology and scale up production of zero-emission vessels will not only capture a huge market but will also set the standards for the future of global shipping. This is a massive economic and technological opportunity. However, there are also risks on the horizon: the intense concentration of shipbuilding in just a few East Asian countries creates a potential bottleneck. What if geopolitical tensions disrupt these supply chains? The world learned a hard lesson about supply chain vulnerability recently. This has sparked conversations in Europe and the United States about reshoring or at least friend-shoring some shipbuilding capacity. Reviving this industry in the West would be a monumental undertaking, requiring massive investment and a long-term strategic commitment. But the conversation itself shows how critical this capability is perceived to be. In conclusion, the act of building a ship is far more than just welding steel plates together. It's about building the very foundation of our interconnected world. Shipbuilding capacity dictates the flow of goods, the price of products, the security of our energy supply, and the balance of global power. From the design of a container ship to the politics of a trade route, the influence of the world's shipbuilders is everywhere, quietly shaping the world we live in. The next time you see a massive ship on the horizon, remember the immense strategic power that went into creating it. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this deep dive interesting, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content on the forces that shape our world. See you in the next video.